Welcome back. In the previous video, we used the graph of the line 2x plus y minus 1 is equal to 0 to find the y-intercept of the line. In this video, we will solve the last part of the question, that is, using the graph to find the gradient of the line. In the videos on finding the gradient of a straight line, when we were given the equation of the straight line, we learned that if we express the equation of a straight line in the form y is equal to ms plus c, m will give you the gradient of the straight line. So if we're able to express the equation 2x plus y minus 1 is equal to 0 in the form y is equal to ms plus c, m will give us the gradient of the straight line. Now let's express this equation in the form of the general equation of a straight line and see. So you have y is equal to 0 minus 2x plus 1. So we are making y the subject as we have here. And this will give us y is equal to minus 2x plus 1. So now we have this equation in the same form as the general equation of a straight line. So we can compare. When we compare y is equal to minus 2x plus 1 with y is equal to ms plus c, we can see that m is minus 2. So by comparing, we have m as minus 2. So the gradient of the line is minus 2. Now using the equation of the straight line, we have been able to find the gradient as minus 2. But the question wants us to use the graph, not the equation. I just did this to explain to you that you can also use the equation of the straight line to find the gradient. So by using the equation, we had minus 2. Let's go and solve the question. The question wants us to use the graph to find the gradient. Now, how do we do that? Let's assume that this is the straight line 2x plus y minus 1 is equal to 0. In the previous question that we solved, we saw that if you want to find the gradient of the straight line from the graph, you will need 2 points that fall on the graph. So let's pick this point here and we'll pick another one here. We trace this point to the x-axis to get the x-coordinate. So let's call that x1. We trace it to the y-axis to get the y-coordinate. Let's call that y1. So it means that the coordinates of this point will be x1, y1. Let's call this point A. We do the same thing for this point. We trace it to the x-axis to get the x-coordinate. You trace it to the y-axis to get the y-coordinate. Let's call the x-coordinate x2 and the y-coordinate y2. So the coordinates of this point will be x2, y2. Using these 2 points, we can use the formula y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1 to get the gradient of the line. So we have x2, y2, and x1, y1. Using the formula y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1, we can find the gradient of the line. Now let's do this on the actual graph sheet. So this is how our graph sheet looks like at this point. We have the 2 points 1, minus 1 and 0, 1 that we plotted in order to draw the line 2x plus y minus 1 is equal to 0. We have found the value of x when y is 3.5, and we have also found the y-intercept of the line. Now we are going to find the gradient of the line. We said that we need 2 points that fall on the line, so we are going to pick these 2 points. So I'll pick this one as the first point, then I'll pick this one as the second point. Now that we have the 2 points, let's find their coordinates. For the first point, you trace it to the y-axis to get the y-coordinate. That will give us 5. We trace it to the x-axis to get the x-coordinate, and that will give us minus 2. So for the first point, the coordinates are minus 2, 5. We do the same thing for the second point. You trace it to the x-axis to get the x-coordinate. You trace it to the y-axis to get the y-coordinate. On the x-axis, the coordinate there is 2. On the y-axis, the coordinate there is minus 3. So for the point, the coordinates are 2, minus 3. Now we have the 2 points, minus 2, 5, and 2, minus 3. Once again, let me stress on the fact that you can pick any point of your choice, except the ones that you have already plotted. So don't pick 1, minus 1 and 0, 1. Apart from these points, you can pick any other point and you still have the same answer. So we have the first point, which is minus 2, 5, and the second point, which is 2 minus 3. Using these 2 points, we can find the gradient of the line. So the 2 points are minus 2, 5, and 2 minus 3. The formula we are going to use is y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. 2 minus 5 is the first point, so minus 2 will be x1, 5 will be y1. 2 minus 3 is the second point, so 2 will be x2 and minus 3 will be y2. We substitute these values into the formula and this will give us y2, which is minus 3, minus y1, which is 5. So we have minus 3 minus 5 divided by x2, which is 2 minus x1, which is minus 2. So you have 2 minus minus 2, and that will give us 2 plus 2. So we have minus 3 minus 5 divided by 2 plus 2. Minus 3 minus 5 is 8. 2 plus 2 is 4. So you have minus 8 divided by 4, which is minus 2. So from the graph, the gradient of the line is minus 2. So you can see that we are having the same gradient as we had when we used the equation of the straight line. Thank you for watching this video. Subscribe to this channel for more videos. Now that you have learned how to draw the graph of a straight line on a graph sheet, in the next video, we are going to solve a question on finding the coordinates of the point of intersection of two straight lines by drawing the graph of the two straight lines on the same graph sheet. Bye bye.